Hi everyone again. Coming to Shabbos. Beautiful Shabbos for all of us. But very specific that right after this Shabbos we're coming into a very, very special important day, and this is the 33 of the Omer. We call it Lag BaOmer, the Lula of one of our greatest sages, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. So maybe this week we should say a couple of words about him. And in his merit, we should all be blessed with everything we need. As we know, the merits of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai should share and will share on every one of us. So just one point about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai that we see in him. And this is, we see in Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai combining two opposites. And his greatness is that is two opposites with him all the time. And just going to share a couple of points about it. As we know, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was, besides being one of the sages, one of the great scholars in the Talmud, one of the great students of Rabbi Akiva, at that time the teacher of all, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai had something very unique to himself. And this is that he was in the learning, in the teachings of the greatest mysticals of the depth of the Torah, as we call it after the Zohar. And because of that, we know Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was completely disassociated, detached from everything in this world. He was always connected above. And for that reason, the law about him is that he was one and only, that he wouldn't have to pray. He was always connected. And in the physical sense, he was detached from physicality. He was detached from this world. And as being a person that is completely removed from everything, and as we see even the 13 years when he was hiding in the cave, he looked like he was good over there, being detached from the world, away from everybody. At the same time, we find about him a such beautiful, unique story in the Talmud, in the Gemara, that he himself says. When the Gemara tells us a story about him, that he said that me, with my merits, I will be able to cover for all Jews through my entire lifetime. In other words, what he's saying is that his mitzvot, his great deeds that he's doing, he is able to cover for every Jew, no matter who he is. And in his merits, everybody will be safe, and everybody is being taken care of, in the spiritual level and in the physical level. As we know that in these times, all Jews were blessed in many, many things. And as we know in these times, there was no rainbow, etc. Well, this is what he says: in my merits, I'm able to take care of all Jews in my times. He goes on about his son and others, but it's not for this moment right now. But what we do see is that he says that he will cover for everybody. And that shows the complete opposite of this person. For one side, we see in him, in his nature and his being, completely being disassociated from people, completely living in his own world, completely cannot relate with anyone. From the other side, we see in him completely into people, completely covering for everyone. And as we have so many more stories in the Talmud about him that is looking around, how could he care for people? And that's the beauty of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. As great as he was, and as removed as he is in his nature, from the other side, breaking his nature, being with people and caring for people, or what can he do for them? And I just want to conclude with that story with the Rebbe that he said about himself, and this told us one a great chassid, that he was but the Rebbe once, and the Rebbe told him that if you know me in my nature, I'm a person that wants to be alone, as we call lonely. It doesn't need company. It doesn't want company. And every day, he says, I go out of my nature to be with people, to talk to people, to help people. And he told this chassid, even after all these years that I do it, every day, I have to break my nature and do it. And as we know, the Rebbe, it keeps on doing it, being involved with people, associating, and so outgoing, even though completely not his nature. And that's really the beauty of our Rebbe. And that's the beauty of Rab Shimon Bar Yochai. Your nature could be one way, but whatever your nature is, when it comes to help another Jew, it's not about your nature. It's about change yourself. And you cannot change yourself, keep on breaking yourself. Helping someone else is not only if this fits into you, into your nature. Helping another Jew is, even this is a change of your nature. Break your nature, just help another one. In the merit of Rab Shimon Bar Yochai, we shall hopefully have a beautiful Lag BaOmer and a beautiful year.